All right, so for this assignment, you are going to take either a magazine page or a random photo from the internet, or a photo that you've taken from your phone. It doesn't really matter, but you want an image. And you are going to draw 10 boxes in your sketchbook. And what we're going to do is we're going to match the colors we're going to try to pick a color, match it to the photo you have, and then paint it on your sketchbook. And why we're doing this is it will teach you all the things we learned in the color wheel, in the color charts. Now you're going to put them to use to try to see if you can get colors right. Okay, so I'm going to start. Let's start with this green right there. So it's a pretty bright green. So I'm going to use phthalo. If you can see, I've created my palette like I did when I did the color wheel, and then I also put it white on there. You're not going to have any black on your palette. You're mixing colors without black. So we're going to create a pretty bright green. Let's see how this is. So this is 2 emerald. You can see here it's 2 emerald. So I'm going to add a little bit. This one's ultramarine right here. So I added phthalo first. The ultramarine makes it less pure. So you can see that the green right there is a little bit more brown than we have it. So that means I'm neutralizing it. So I want to add some red to it, because remember, the complementary colors make our colors more muddy or more neutral. So adding some red. Let's see, not enough yet. Oh, it's pretty close. Oh, see there. I would say it still needs a little bit more. That's pretty good. Still needs more red. It's a lot more brown than I thought. So if you can use a magazine photo, I would suggest it, only because then you can take your green your paint, and put it right on the photo, which is a lot harder to do if you got a photo from the internet. Still a little bit. It's just more brown than we were expecting. Let's see. I went too brown, added more yellow, now I'm adding more blue. Okay, that's good enough. So then I'm going to paint it in one of my squares. So if you're in 2D design, you want to paint this nice and clean. I'm not going to do that because I don't want you guys spending a ton of time watching me. Okay, so that's that green right there. Now let's make the green next to it, the brighter green. I can use this already. I know it's a nice bright green. Let's see. Oh, it's too dark. So yellow will lighten it a little bit, but we probably need some white also. Oh, it's too yellow. Still too yellow. A little bit more blue. It's almost perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to add that. It's good that you check your colors because what you think it's going to be is dependent on the colors around it. All right, let's make the water. That's a really pretty color to make. Okay. So this is phthalo blue. You see where I need to scoot everything over a little bit. Okay, let's start with phthalo blue. So close, but this is, the water's just a tad bit more green. Tad bit of white. Oop, it's still too blue. Now it's too green. So you can see this process is a lot of going back and forth, back and forth. Also, see, I'm not putting much on my brush when I add colors. The biggest mistake students make is they'll just scoop up a ton of color and it transforms it way too fast. You want little transformations. Okay, this is close enough. Okay, I'm gonna make one more for you guys and then we'll move on. So I wanna show you how to make it a more difficult color. If you're in painting, I'm gonna have painting students also do this. And if you're in painting, then you can also use all the colors I had you buy. So you have a couple browns and some of you have a magenta. You can also put those on your palette. But for 2D design, this is all the colors you have. I'm gonna make this gray. And so we're gonna make that gray without any black. If you look at it, it's a pretty strong, the base feels very blue to me. So I'm gonna add blue. And I'm going to make Use the red for the orange, makes it a little bit purplish. A little tiny bit of yellow, because red and yellow make orange. So it seems too blue. So that means I need more red and yellow. Ooh, look there, it's too dark. So add a tiny bit of white. Look at it, I made it it's not blue enough. Just a little bit. It's intense. Might have been too intense. Let's see. Yes, that was too intense. I made it too green. Okay. Let's try this one more time. All right, it's good enough for now. Okay, so we're gonna paint that on here. So I want your squares to be a little neater. You can use a ruler or tape to fill it in. All right, so you're gonna do this 10 times. So I have 4 of them. I'm not gonna continue, but you get an idea of how I'm adding complementary, so I'm using the colors I think it would be, and then if it's too bright, I'm adding complementaries to get to tone down all the colors. All right, and hopefully when you're doing this, I would put the color wheel out in front of you so you can reference it and just remember how you make those secondaries and tertiaries, and then remember complementary colors, and you should be able to get somewhat close to the colors that you have on your sheet. All right, talk to you guys later.